All right, guys, welcome to a brand new episode of SideQuest Podcast. Listen in and level up. I have a great episode for you today, but first, as always, let's get through the show notes. If you're not following the Facebook page, head over to Facebook, type SideQuest Fitness into the search bar, and like the page. There, you're going to get updates on podcast episodes, articles when they get posted, and you're going to get a brand new taco recipe every Tuesday for taco camp. Plus lots of other shenanigans and nerd talk throughout the week, so make sure you head over to Facebook. You can follow me on Instagram. My handle is SideQuestFM. If you want to see some cool videos and random stuff on Instagram as well, you can follow me on Instagram, same handle, SideQuestFM, or follow me on Snapchat, SideQuestFit. Follow me there. Send me your questions. I want to get all the questions from you, help you as much as I can on your fitness journey or your journey in life, whatever it may be. But head over to Snapchat, SideQuestFit. Follow me there. You get a little more personal, in-depth look at the shenanigans I get into throughout every day. But I do love getting questions from the community, so please send them out to me. If you have not left a review for the podcast, please head over to iTunes. If you're not listening on iTunes and you listen on SoundCloud or Stitcher, leave a review there as well. When you leave reviews, it helps me move up the charts on the iTunes store so that more people can see and hear the amazing guests that I've had on and have on each and every single week. So make sure you head over there. And don't forget, if you haven't picked up your copy of the 7 Principles of Fat Loss, head over to sidequestfitness.com/7 principles, and you can pick up your copy of the 7 Principles of Fat Loss. These are the same 7 principles I follow each and every day and teach my clients to help them shred away more body fat, unlock heroic strength, and just look better naked. So if you want to unlock strength or just look better naked in the mirror, head over again, grab those 7 principles of fat loss, and start following those today. What's up, guys? Welcome to the show. So over the last few months, you have heard me talking about my online clients, and you've heard from a few of my online clients as well about what they've done on their fitness quest with me. With summer heading in, I am taking a few more clients on to help people get ready for summer, help you get ready for bikini season or swimsuit season, or maybe this is your first time. Maybe you've decided that that's it. You want to get in shape, and you need someone to help you with your journey. On your journey, you need a Gandalf and a Samwise to guide you as you head into Frodo. And I am your Gandalf and Samwise, all packed in to one. I am taking on a few more clients. If you are interested, head over to sidequestfitness.com/coach and check out the page. You can apply there. You can find out more about what coaching entails and also see some of the amazing transformations that my clients have had while working with me. So head over to sidequestfitness.com/coach and apply today. All right, guys, welcome to the show. It has been a while since I had one of my clients come on and talk about what it's like working with me as an online coach. And I am so stoked to have this client on the show today. My client, Draper, started working with me back in January to kick off 2017, and he's crushed it. I mean, crushed it. He had a goal to reach 12% body fat. Oh, he didn't reach 12%. He reached just under 10, right under 10% body fat. He has demolished everything that he set forth as a goal for himself. And I'm so stoked for you to hear from him today and hear what he went through, what he discovered, and what he did during the process of working with me and how I helped him achieve his goals. So I'm going to shut up. Let's get into the show and hear from the one and the only Draper Harlow.
Step up and you gotta get it fitness. Host Rob at the moment and the quest is you gotta check it and wreck it. You're breaking personal records and with the help of the guests you won't be guessing on the lessons. That's a +5 fierce. Got a low-key bamf right here. You wanna meet him, there's no better way to greet him than to strike a boss pose. Take a look into the mirror.
All right, guys, welcome to the show. I am so stoked for the guest that I have on today. He is a client of mine, and he is finishing up his 4 months working with me, and he has straight up crushed it. Straight up crushed it. His goal was to get to 12% body fat. He blew that out of the water and is now right around 10%, give or take. just, with measurements but right there at 10, he's gotten stronger. His run times for his 5K has improved. So he's running faster. And most importantly, he looks better naked. And he's got that six pack. So he's rocking out those abs. But he has really worked very hard, and I want to have him on to talk about his story and see what he's learned in this process. Draper Harlow, he's one letter away from Farlow, but probably a hell of a lot cooler than Farlow. So, Draper, how you doing?
I am fantastic. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, dude, thank you for coming on. This is the second, one of the 3 times I've had clients come on to talk about their transformation, because I think it's important for people to hear that story, because you can read it and you can see it, but to hear the story from the person themselves gives a lot more credence to the work that goes into it. We're chatting on Skype, and his lovely dog Neville is staring out the window, and he's distracted by something, but he's a cutie. So Draper, what was life like for you before you signed up and became a client of mine and jumped on board for the coaching program?
I was kind of in a winter slump when I signed up. It was January. I had definitely fallen off the fitness wagon. I could not get myself motivated. My nutrition was garbage. And I work a desk job, so I was gaining weight. I was pretty unhappy with how I looked from the neck down, and I just wanted to make a change. So I got an email from Robbie, because I'm on the email list, saying look better naked in 2017, which caught my eye. I like a good headline, something that just grabs you. So I reached out on Twitter, and I was like, you piqued my interest. And we started chatting. We set up a Skype call, and I signed up.
Awesome. So how did you find the motivation? If you were struggling for it, what clicked at that moment? What got you motivated to really go all out and get back on that wagon and see those results?
I think a little bit of it was kind of New Year's resolution-y, because it was early January when I signed up. So, and I never make New Year's resolutions because I don't stick to them anyway, but that's part of it. And another part was just, I wanted to see a change. I had done personal training in the past, and I've done group coaching in the past through Fitocracy, and I saw results with both, more actually with the group coaching than previous personal trainers. But as soon as they would end, I would backslide, which I'm not planning to do this time. And it's frustrating. So I just wanted to make more of a permanent change and more of a habit change. And I think this was a really good structured program to make habit changes that are going to stick.
What is the habit you think that you have really mastered in the last 4 months that you think is going to stick?
Nutrition. Absolutely nutrition.
Okay. No, go ahead.
I eat a lot of the same things, but I try to eat delicious things, and hot sauce has become my best friend, and I put sriracha on almost everything, which helps a lot. Because as good as chicken is, when you're eating it every day, it gets a little boring. So if I can make it spicy, then I'm not thinking so much about the chicken, I guess.
Okay. Because I really want to explore this idea of habits. What change did you make over the 4 months to make that habit be a bit more ingrained so that you can continue doing it long term?
Sure. Well, I make big batches of everything, which, that's part just being Midwestern. We don't cook for one out here. So I'll make enough chicken breast for 5 or 6 days. Because I don't want to freeze it. because I don't know, it tastes funky after it's frozen to me. So I'll make enough so it doesn't go bad in the fridge, and then just eat that throughout the week. So I'm not spending a lot of time on weekdays when I could be doing other things like binge watching Buffy or playing video games. I can just pop some food in the microwave and I'm ready to go with something that's nutritious. So one day I'll make a big batch of chicken breast, and another day I'll make a big batch of brown rice, and then it's all just ready to go.
All right. On this journey and the habit that you've now created for yourself, were there other habits, maybe outside of nutrition that or even outside of fitness in general, that you started to notice you became more aware of throughout this process, and now you want to work on as you go off?
I mean, it's sort of fitness related, but my lunch break at work is not lunch. I go on walks. I'm lucky enough to work in an office that has a gym. So when it's cold, 9 months out of the year here, I use the treadmills and take my half-hour lunch and do that. And now that it's nicer out, we have a path around the building that's about a mile. So I'll do about a mile and a half on my lunch break.
Okay. So you're getting that extra, non-exercise activity, thermogenesis, and just by moving on your lunch break.
Right.
Yeah. Which, is something that before I started coaching, before I got into fitness, I was in the corporate world, and an hour lunch break, even a half hour, most of the time you're going to be done with your meal pretty quickly. And it was nice to just get out of the building and take a walk and be like, oh God, if I have to look at one more spreadsheet, for 5 more minutes, and just breathe in fresh air. It's refreshing. So do you think, is there anything else that you think you would want to work on as you go forward that you've become more cognizant of?
I guess I've been more scheduling my life, because one of the things that helped me be more successful with workouts is scheduling them. I put them onto my personal Google Calendar, so my phone sends me an alert when it's time to work out. I basically have enough time to change clothes and head up. I have a home gym, so I just head up there and work out. So I'm trying to schedule my time more, because I guess sometimes it can feel like there's not enough time in the day to do things, but if I can schedule them out, not going crazy and scheduling my life down to the minute, but just making time for everything so I can have more of a balance of doing the things I enjoy versus the things I have to do.
In the past, when you've seen a little bit of success, when you've had those struggles, was that something that tripped you up? Was telling yourself you didn't have the time, and then binge watching a show, or just playing video games instead? But now that you've scheduled it, it's in there. But was that a struggle in the past?
Yeah, I mean, it didn't feel like a struggle, but I mean, it's very easy to sit down, start watching a show, and 6 hours go by. Same with a video game. I mean, it's very easy to start up something like Final Fantasy 15, and all of a sudden, oh, it's dark out. And that's happened more than I care to admit. So yeah, I mean, it's now, well, especially with a dog, I have to get up more because I mean, he can't stay inside and use the bathroom. He's got to go out. So, and he's also, to calm him down, I have to take him on walks too, so he's not tearing my house apart.
So I love, and when we were working and you told me you were scheduling your workouts, that, I got so hyped for that, because I love that you're like, I'm going to take control of my life. I'm going to put this in, and I'm going to treat it like it's a meeting that I can't miss. I have to do this. This is what I'm going to do. What made you decide to actually schedule it out?
part of it is motivation, and part of it is if I'm getting that notification, even though I could just swipe it away, it's still like there's a guilt factor there. Like, this is on my calendar, I should be doing it. And that could be part like coming from the corporate world, that I mean, at work I can't just skip a meeting. So they get mad. But that's part of that mentality is it's there and I can see it, and it's something that's visual that I'm getting an alert for. So it's a lot harder to just walk away from it and screw it, I'm not working on today.
Gotcha. Yeah, I was going to say, I know you're doing Skype. Got it?
So.
There you go. Yeah, because when you Skype on the Xbox One, if the controller dies, the whole fucking thing dies.
Move a joystick. There we go.
I don't understand why it does that. Like, it obviously, like, that should be coded in that, like, if you're speaking into it and you're using Skype, like, come on, Microsoft, like, don't turn the controller off.
Right.
Override that shit. Okay. All right. And have you found any other sort of things in your journey over these 4 months where maybe you now schedule things elsewhere outside of your workouts? And do you think you're going to continue doing that as you go forward?
Yeah, actually, I send my friends email invites for things like if I'm having a get together at my house. They get either a Facebook or an email invite, and then I block out that time. I mean, I'm obviously not going to be like, oh, well, my calendar said party ends at midnight, so everybody out. But I mean, it's on the calendar, so I'm trying to schedule more of my time that way too. And then anything I get invited to, whether it's just someone saying it to me or even like a Facebook invite, I put it onto my personal Google Calendar. So I know, like, I have to be at this. And that's helping me be more sociable and getting out more, too, because I'm like, well, this is on here and I can't miss it.
Okay. I like that. That, like, you're doing that. Oh, man. You know, Draper, I might have to actually steal that. Because, like, I have, well, like, so, you know, like if I've got to be with clients, obviously, like that's my time. I'm there. But I might have to do that for some things. You know, I usually write everything down and go through a list. But I think it might be better for me to actually try just scheduling to see how that works. Well, maybe it will make my writing better because I'm like, I have an hour to write. Like, I can't fuck around. You know, I've got an hour. I'm done. For you, you know, you mentioned earlier that you've worked with personal trainers and you've done group coaching before. So, like, you've worked with people online. What do you find the most compelling about online training versus, like, in the past when you worked with a personal trainer?
I like online for the flexibility, because I can schedule it into my own life when it works for me. Like, not, you have to be at the gym at this time, and it's usually super early in the morning, and I'm not a morning person at all, and do a workout then, which I have a hard time working out in the morning too. And yeah, I guess it's just easier to fit it into my own life when it's online. Like, here's your workouts for the week, go do them. And I'm like, all right, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, done.
All right. Have you discovered anything through this process about yourself, like outside of the scheduling and sort of getting more sociable and doing the things on your calendar, like things that you've grown in this time period and working with me, or even just working out and getting stronger? Have you discovered something about yourself that you didn't know beforehand?
If I really put my mind to it, I can be strong as fuck. Like, my God, doing one-armed presses with a 50-pound kettlebell, which is terrifying at first when you have a 50-pound kettlebell sitting over your head. But, I mean, by the end, I was used to it. So that, I mean, it surprised me. It was a pleasant surprise that I was able to do that because, I mean, my body weight isn't terribly far removed from that 50-pound bell. So it just kind of surprised me that I was able to pull that off. Because that was, and I think it's partly psychosomatic that I wasn't able to do it in the past with any one-armed overhead movements with a kettlebell. And you kind of gave me that push to, no, you can do this. And I guess I was pleasantly surprised that I was able to do it.
We are 9 times out of 10 far stronger than we think, and it's overcoming fear. So for you, like, you know, I gave you that push. You had the confidence knowing that I was confident in you. But what was your process to get over that fear of there's a 50-pound kettlebell over my head? Oh God, I have to put this up above my head. Like, because fear is something that I talk about a lot in the podcast. I talk about a lot in my writing. Like, how did you get over that fear?
At first, I used the safety hand. So, like, one hand is holding the bell and the other hand is, like, underneath it, which, I mean, really, if the bell falls, it's not going to do much. But, so that helped. And eventually, I just took the training wheels off and got rid of the safety hand. So it's just kind of like pumping yourself up to do it. Like, today, I'm going to do this. And it might take longer than normal and slow your workout down, that it's going to take more time than it typically would. But, I mean, you can do it.
All right. I like it. So now that you've achieved this goal, when you got there, because you told me the story, so you had a friend come over, help you do some measurements, and she was like, "Oh my God, Draper, you have abs." What was that like? What was that like for you? Tell me the story, like what went through your head and how you felt at that moment when you like saw yourself and you're like, holy shit, through this process, my arms are looking better, my legs look like I feel better. What was your internal monologue when you saw that?
I mean, it's weird because you see yourself every day. So like you don't see the progress. I mean, you do see the progress, but you don't see it like with progress photos, because we did those once a month.
Mm-hmm.
And those definitely show a bigger difference. So I mean, for me, it was gradual. So I mean, I was kind of like, oh, my stomach looks a lot better. But then to have someone else who, I mean, typically doesn't see me that way, be like, oh my God, your stomach. Yeah. Like, it's very vindicating. Like, I put in all this work and it's actually showing to someone else. Like, I can feel the results and I feel a lot better, but to have someone else actually see the results and give that feedback is one of the best feelings in the world.
When you feel that, and now that you know that, what's the one thing now that you've done that, and I know you're in a northern climate where just a few days ago, like, it's snowing and then it's like 80 and you're like, God damn it, Minnesota, make up your mind. Are we doing winter? Right. Or are we doing summer? What's going on? Like, for you, now that you've done that, now that like summer is coming, like, is there something you want to do? Like, are you going to have, like, do you imagine yourself going to the lake and like ripping your shirt off and like slow motion music and you're like strutting in and you're like, what is, like, because like that's the point. Like, you want to look better naked. Your friend has seen that. Like, what for you? Like, is there something that like you're looking forward to now?
Probably like I kind of want to go river tubing, just floating down a river with some friends. And yeah, I mean, part of it is going to be to show off. I mean, I worked this hard, so why not?
Exactly.
I'm also debating putting in just like a cheapy above ground pool in my backyard. Not to like show off to my neighbors because that's kind of weird, but like, just because I have more of the confidence now to actually like use it. Not necessarily going to public pools because but.
That's true. That's a lot of pee.
Yeah.
How do you think that confidence is going to translate to other areas of your life, or have you noticed that confidence translating to to like work, to like talking to your friends, to dating, to in whatever way? Have you seen that translate?
I definitely like when I do go out. I mean, I feel like my clothes fit me better, and I mean that's I think more noticeable to people when. I mean, if your clothes fit you a lot better, I mean, they look tailored then, and it just makes a person look better than if they're odd fitting because, I mean, human bodies do weird things. So I've noticed that clothes I've bought in the past that were kind of aspirational clothing definitely fit me a lot better and look better on me. And I think I walk more confidently, if that makes sense. Just knowing that I've had these results and I feel better about myself and how I look. And I think that just translates to how I carry myself.
I like that. I walk with there's a little more strut, there's a little more pep in your step now.
Yeah.
All right. Now that you've you've done that and you've gotten this lean and you enjoy that look, what's your next goal? Like, what's the next goal that Draper wants to, or have you thought of that yet?
I've got a goal this summer that, I mean, it's fitness, but it's not related to like any of the weight training we did. But the past few years, I've set a goal to bike 1,000 miles in a summer, and I've never hit it. And I think this summer is going to be the summer to do it. And I've also set a goal, which I actually did complete, but I want an official time on it, of a sub 30-minute 5K. Because I've run 2 now, but I mean, I'm not taking, I love Runkeeper, but I'm not taking like a Runkeeper time as an official like race time. So in 2 weeks, I'm running an official 5K. That is going to be timed, so I'm hoping.
Awesome. How, like, I see you bike on Instagram and running as well. What have you noticed versus, like, say, last year when you were running or biking? How is your body different now versus then?
With running, I'm recovering a lot faster. I have a weird relationship with running. I hate it, but I do it. Like, and I don't know if I just have this need to be fast or what the deal is, but my goal has been for a few years now to run a sub 30-minute 5K, which I thought was going to be an easy goal to hit. And I mean, I guess I'm just not a runner. So, and I run only casually. Like, I run a few times a month. So, but having the stronger legs from squats and the other things has definitely helped. And yeah, I definitely feel like I recover a lot faster after a run. I don't hate my life as much once it's over.
I don't hate my life as much once it's over. I like that.
Because running's awful. Like, it, I mean, I know there's people who are like, oh, I love running. And I think they're lying. Like, nobody really likes running. Because it's awful. I mean, the whole time you feel like you're dying. And then when it's over, you still kind of feel like you're dying. Just you can breathe again. Like, I don't know. And again, I don't know why I run.
I mean, we all do things sometimes. We're like, I don't know why I do this, but I do it.
Right.
Yeah. Cool. Awesome. Oh man, I'm laughing. I'm laughing hysterically at like, nobody likes it. They're lying. But like, don't tell me a marathoner likes running. No, they don't. They're lying.
Right.
Yeah. So you train with kettlebells, and what have you discovered? Are there any things you've discovered strength training wise, this go round, with coaching that maybe you were surprised you enjoyed?
Ooh, good question.
Flick your controller real quick too. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, just so it doesn't go off.
I really enjoyed the mix of like body weight and kettlebells, and then the week we took of just body weight I really enjoyed because it gave my joints a break. Because I'm a big proponent of kettlebells overall because they're versatile, it's cardio mixed in, and they're pretty low impact, but it's still hard on your joints. So taking that week of just body weight was really nice. But I'm still a huge fan of kettlebell swings. Like those are my favorite. I could do those all day. What else did I really enjoy? I guess more of the lifts. Like I was kind of surprised at how much I liked the different variations of deadlift because I wasn't aware that a lot of them existed. Like the suitcase deadlift, I didn't know that was a thing. And I really liked it because I could feel it working everything. Well, this isn't audio and I'm making gestures. Working like the obliques. I could really feel it in there. And then also helping with balance too.
Have you noticed? Have you? All right, hold on. So the balance thing. Was that something you struggled with in the past? Like, are you better now with that? Like, because kettlebells will make you better at balance because it's one implement that's a weirdly weighted implement, just like the nature of holding the kettlebell. So your body has to fire in different ways versus like a barbell where the weight is kind of evenish. But so like it makes you better at balance. But have you noticed your balance improve?
Yeah, and I have thanks to genetics, I have some pretty poor balance. So that's why I've always liked working with kettlebells too, because it's really helped with balance. And I've fallen out of it again, but yoga has helped a lot with that too. And I definitely noticed my yoga improving with the kettlebells. I could hold that tree pose longer. And I think it's Warrior 3 that's on one leg. I'd have to look. But it's like your body's a T and it's one leg. Again, visual medium, and I'm making gestures. Or audio. One leg, and then your body is perpendicular to your leg.
Yeah.
I think that's Warrior 3, but I can't remember. But I can hold that for a lot longer than I used to be able to.
Awesome. Yeah, it's been forever since I've done yoga, so I couldn't tell you what pose is what. All right. Well, we're nearing on 30 minutes, so we'll sort of wrap things up. Start wrapping things up. I do want to touch a little on nutrition because that's a big component, and you told me that was a big struggle for you at first. And you said you bulk cooked, man. You made the chicken, you made the rice. You got a baller ass rice steamer or rice cooker. And you used hot sauce. What was your biggest struggle with nutrition in the past, and how did you overcome that this time?
I think it was just learning nutrition. Like when I had one-on-one, and I hope they don't listen to this, I'm not going to name names, but one-on-one personal coaching in a gym in the past, like they didn't explain the nutrition side of it to me. It was strictly exercise. Because it was never like, okay, you did your workout, like go eat healthy. It was just like, all right, you did your workout, like get out of here. And now thinking back, I'm like, they probably should have been explaining the nutrition side more because it's a bigger part than the exercise. The exercise is definitely going to help things along, but if you're not eating right, an example I gave in a fitness group I'm on Facebook was last summer. I was cycling like crazy. And you would think I would have been, I was still fairly lean, but I was a little pudgy around the middle. And it's because I was eating a lot of pizza. So, I mean, you can be going on 30-mile bike rides, which is what I was doing, but if you're eating whole pizzas at a time, like I was doing, you're not going to see the results. And so you definitely have to hit the nutrition, which I think why I've been so successful this time is, I mean, definitely the guidance, the workouts, but also the nutrition guidance is probably the biggest component, because knowing how much protein I need to eat and how to mix in carbs and basically the macro side of things was a big help, which helped me be successful. Because once I nailed the nutrition, that's when I started to see the most change. Losing body fat and inches around my waist. I think I'm down, I don't know how many inches, but I know I have like a 29-inch waist now.
Yeah, you do. I don't have trainer eyes up, so I can't say. Actually, no, wait, I do. Hold on. Let me pull that up. But real quick, like, what is there a food? Is there something you found that made it easier to hit your macros and hit that protein this time versus like in the past?
Oh, cottage cheese is my new religion. Because I stayed away from it in the past because of the texture. Like, it just looks weird to me. And I mean, I love cheese. I love cheese, and it showed in the past. So I picked up some cottage cheese just because I heard people singing its praises in different things I was reading online and people I had talked to. And I mean, it tastes like mozzarella. So, I mean, it's kind of like watery mozzarella, but I mean, it works. And it's packed with protein. Like, the amount of protein that's in cottage cheese per serving is insane.
Yeah. So some people they detest the taste of cottage cheese. I love that you say mozzarella, because you might be the only person who's ever said it tastes like mozzarella. But I'm now, next time I eat cottage cheese, going to think about what cheese it tastes like, because I've never thought about like thinking about what cheese it tastes like. Is there something you throw in it, or is it just straight cottage cheese?
I put some pepper.
Okay.
Just
cool.
To give it a little bite, I guess.
Yeah. Awesome. So cottage cheese has become your weapon of mass destruction, if you will. So back to the waist. Draper has lost 4 inches off his waist. Went from 33 inches when he started in January, now down to 29. You lost 2 inches off your hip, except you actually gained an inch in muscle. So we got some booty gains because of them kettlebell swings and the staggered stance and the squats and the deadlifts. And you have lost an inch off your chest and your body fat percentage. You were using bioelectrical impedance. We know like it's going to fluctuate. It's going to go, crazy places. But you've literally lost like 6% body fat and got below your goal of 12%. So you have crushed it, sir. And final question will be, Draper, if anyone is listening and like they've heard me talk about clients and they've seen emails, I want them to hear it from you. Like, what, even if it's not like working with me, even if it's just getting started in fitness, like, what is something you would tell someone, who is sitting on the edge and thinking about improving their health, or they want to look better naked? What's the advice you would give them?
My first advice is always just eat better. I mean, that's when people, because when you start looking better, people start asking questions. And my first answer is always like, eat better. Like, if I'm going to be very blunt, it's stop eating garbage and move more is my like number one fitness advice to anyone, is just eat better, move around a little bit, and you will see results. It may not be super fast. I know people want like overnight results, and that's never going to happen. But I mean, in the terms of things, I think 4 months is kind of like overnight-ish, I guess. I mean, that's pretty fast, I think.
All right. I like it. So Draper, thank you so much. Thank you for the hard work you put in. It has been a joy and an amazing experience to coach you and see the progress and to see the pictures, man. Like I remember with that first picture you put up, there's no smile. It's just deadpan face. And these last pictures, you are like ear to ear, like you look like, and I can see it. Like that first conversation we had, and I see it now. Like you're confident, you feel better. I'm stoked to see where you go and what you do, and you've really busted your ass, and you deserve that body, you deserve them abs that you've worked for. So congratulations, and just keep crushing it in whatever you do. So Draper, thank you so much, guys. If people want to reach out to you and like ask you a question, is that cool? Is there a place they can do that?
Absolutely. I'm a marketing major, so I'm very good at the branding. So I am on all social media as Drapervich.
I like it.
That's Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat.
Cool. So if you guys want to ask Draper about his experience, because I can tell you about it all day, and he's told you just in like 40 minutes. But if you really have a question and want to know what it's like to work with someone online, please ask Draper. He can tell you what's up. He can tell you, why he enjoyed it and why it was great and how he feels now. So if you want to go to the horse and with the horse's mouth. What is that? I'm tired. My brain is brain dead. These fitness conferences, man, they take a lot out of you. But yeah, please feel free. And he posts some really funny things occasionally. And his dog's fucking cute. Neville is just way too cute. So he wins dogs of Instagram with Neville. So Draper, thank you so much for coming on, and guys, thank you for listening.
Step up and you gotta get it fitness. Host Rob at the moment and the quest is you gotta check it and wreck it. You're breaking personal records, and with the help of the guests you won't be guessing on the lessons. That's a +5 fierce. Got a low-key band right here. You wanna meet him, there's no better way to greet him than to strike a boss pose. Take a look into the mirror.
So you guys just heard Draper's story. If you want to create your own story, if you want to come on the podcast and talk about the amazing body transformation that you've had, the confidence that you feel surging in your veins, and how you now look better than you've ever looked before, naked, then hit up sidequestfitness.com/coach and apply today.